Alright guys, so we're here at UK Games Expo. I'm here with Jason and Anthony, and we're going to be talking about something that looks very, very cool. It's a brotherly operation. Indeed, so we've got Jason and Anthony talking about Sythopian Wars. Can you sort of take us through what this is all about? Because it looks exceptionally cool.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a tabletop war game that me and my brother, like you said, we've built from the ground up. And what we're hoping is to take this to Kickstarter, sort of towards the end of this year, at the latest, beginning of next year. We've done our best to make it look different to what's already out there, and we're hopefully going to be appealing to not just people that like playing the game. I mean, the game's fantastic anyway, if we do say so ourselves, but also collectors as well. So just back here, we've got an example of the test kit. So this is everything that you would get, that you should just be able to get it straight out of the box and play the game. So no faffing about assembling anything or anything like that. If you do like to paint them, it's all there for you to paint if you'd like. So this is showcasing 2 of the forces that we've got at the moment. 4 more in the pipeline should things go well, fingers crossed, and hopefully to appeal to any niche that you might have on the tabletop. So over here we've got a mechanised robotic army, the Confederation, and then at the other side we've got the Asylumists. So again, if you like your robotics, your mechanised units, Confederation, cybernetics and gore, as you can tell, very child-friendly. We've got the Asylumists over here. Just to the other side of the table, on the edge, you can actually see we're consistently trying to upgrade the quality of our miniatures. So in the blue right at the front is the first sculpt of the Asylumist Horde, the one with the blue clothes. And just at the side of that, in the silver, that's the updated miniature. So you can see we're always trying to appeal to collectors, even if you don't want to play the game. Yeah. The game itself, we've tried to make really, really reactive, really, really fast pace. So at no point should you be sat down waiting for your opponent to finish their turn.
Yeah. Is it a D6-based system as well?
It is D6, but what we're doing is we're taking the control away from the dice. So there is that chance aspect in there, but it's more about if your opponent's going to do something to you, what are you going to do about it? Right, okay. So it's less about chance, more about strategy. And again, it's a very reactive system. So if I'm about to get one of my models shot off the table, what am I going to do about it? Not the dice, but me.
Right. Sounds absolutely awesome. The other thing, obviously, the artwork for this is fantastic, and I believe you had a hand in all sort of doing all the concept work and that kind of thing. So what was sort of like your major influences for this, and sort of what were your process of bringing it all together?
Well, I'm all into dark and gritty futures, so when I was coming up with the concepts and everything, it's been actually a difficult process, because again, there's a lot out there what I've been trying to stay away from. So every time I've designed something, it's like, what do I want to see on the board, and what aesthetics do I want, and what theme do I want to go with it. So I don't want any races or units or anything looking very similar to the others, such as with the Confederation, with their lore, they've got a lot of, if you have a look at the armour, they've got a lot of faces on the armour, because in the lore they've got, well, they're ruled by the council, so they're keeping an eye out on all their troops all the time, so they like to be present all the time. So it's like always watching kind of thing. With the Asylumists, I'm thinking, right, I want them to look gritty, covered in blood, everything to do with mutilation, nice stuff. Child friendly. So I've just tried to implement as much stuff as I thought would look twisted and dark. So removing limbs, being shoved inside machines what are made out of metal and bone and everything. So yeah, like I said, it's been a hard process, but yeah.
Well, I was going to say the reason that I was very much drawn to it was I really liked the unique style that you've gone for. As you say, it is very different from a lot of things out there. Obviously, you know, there's a couple of quirks here and there based on a lot of things, but I really like that you have these very dynamically different forces. So with this sort of like starter set that you were talking about, sort of like getting into the game, can people pick this up and give it a go themselves at home? Is that
So we're hoping to be doing that in the next couple of months. We've already been talking to manufacturers about getting prototypes made, and then those prototypes we're hopefully going to be sending out to things like local hobby shops, reviewers, just to get feedback on you know what they like, what they don't like. I mean, everything so far has been really, really positive. Everybody that's played the game After a couple of turns, we've sort of stepped in and said, you know, how are you finding it? Would you like to leave it there? And everybody's wanted to continue, so that's fantastic from our point of view. But again, so this being the starter kit, we've also got sort of demonstration of the stretch goals. So the big mobile artillery here being.
Let's get and have a look at that one. Let's have a look.
Sort of stretch goal number 1 for the Confederation. And then over to the other side, the big guys back with the butcher's cleavers.
They are getting a rework though.
They're getting a bit of a facelift, so they're not the final model, but again, the butchers would be the first stretch goal for the asylumists. And again, we're looking at multiple stretch goals to add to your army, just to give you that more diversity. If you like your small scale, then you just go for the starter kit. But anybody that likes a really large scale, it's really scalable. So go for your stretch goals and get a really, really nice meaty army.
Fantastic stuff. And so you guys said you're coming to Kickstarter and stuff like that. Yep. What kind of time frame, are we looking at for that?
So we're hoping sort of the end of this year. Latest is going to be the beginning of next year.
Cool. Wow. So yeah, if you have been taken by Sythopian Wars, as this does look very, very cool, very unique, very different, make sure to watch out for this later in the year. I can't wait to see the Kickstarter. I'm sure we're going to be talking about it soon as well. Fantastic stuff. We'll move on and we'll be back in another video very soon.